Hello there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are we doing today? I am streaming across a couple platforms, and we are on day one of manifesting anything you want with me, Shani Leatham. So as you're coming in, I just want to say hello and welcome you here. I'm actually really excited about today's live event, and I'm excited about it because there have been a lot of people who've been asking me how to manifest, to go into detail, to give some more information as to how it works. And so your wish is my command. Here we are. So we're going to be talking about manifesting anything that you want, whatever it is that your heart desires. And so I'm saying hello to you over here and hello to you over here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from. We are here now, and I'm over the moon. As you are coming in, I would love for you to please let me know where you're watching from. I know on workshops of past, we've gone from Canada to South Africa, we've had Singapore, we've had Serbia, the US, like we're reaching places. We are reaching places. So as you're coming in, go ahead and let me know where you're watching from. But today we are talking about manifesting anything that you want. Okay, so first things first, I hope you know what it is that you want. If you're not sure, if you're not certain, that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna get to the root of that today. I'm gonna give you some tips, some ideas, not even strategies, but some things that's actually going to help you get what it is that you want, okay? Are we ready? So I'd like to go over some housekeeping steps, some plans. These are going to be the plans for the next 2 days. And just bear with me as I share this with you, just so you have an understanding of how the flow is. And as you're coming in, you're going to see me looking here and here. I've got 2 simulcasts going at the same time, okay? So the plan for the next 2 days, each day, today and tomorrow, it's going to be an hour and a half each. So we start at 12 p.m. Eastern time and we go until 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. If you have registered via email for this workshop today, then you will access at the end of the live, sometime today, you will get the replay of the live, okay? That's for people who've actually registered, so I can email that out to you. You'll get a recap. You'll get the whole live sent to you. If you happened across this live today, if you had no plans of learning how to manifest whatever it is that you want and you just came across this, that is fine. You will still have access to the replay. I will put it up on the YouTube channel. Okay, that's Shani Leatham. I will put it up on the YouTube channel and you will then have access to that too. I like to make sure that all of the workshops that we do, all of the master classes that we do, you have free access to it, because sometimes your day doesn't allow for you to go through the whole thing at once. And so I want you to be able to have the access to it so you can go through it anytime you need to go through it, and you can see whatever it is that you need to see, recap what you need to recap, learn what you need to learn, okay? What else? I'm going to give you some homework. Okay, I'm going to give you some homework. There's going to be some homework that you're going to participate in. You're going to have to do. It's going to help you solidify the information that we are learning today. So for me, when I was getting into this type of material, oh, we've got some ambulances. When I was listening to this or learning this type of material, learning from this material, my mentors and coaches and guides, they told me to do something and I did it. They told me to do something and I did it, and I was very coachable. And that's why I was able to amass over $1 million in less than 9 months and pay the mortgage off and manifest a new car and a new home and create a business that's really successful with students that are really successful. And those same students, they are also very coachable. So when they are given homework, they do the homework. Make sense? This is where we are right now. When they're given homework, they do the homework. What else do I want to share with you? The replay homework, the homework will be housed in the group. Okay, it will be housed in the group Money, Mindset, and Manifestation. That's where this is playing right now. And it's going to be posted at the end of this first day. So by 1:30, you'll have the homework and you'll have access to it. I will, if you're watching on the YouTube, you can just put a comment and ask for the homework and we will get that sent to you as well. Okay? Oh boy. I know there's a lot of information. And over 2 days, there's going to be a lot that you absorb and you might not, it might not click right away. And so you might have questions and you might have concerns and you might need some clarification. What I like to do is reserve all Q&A for the second day. So I'm going to ask you to reserve your questions for tomorrow. Please write them down. Please write down your concerns. Please write down any clarification points that you need. Or if you even want to ask about my programs, the Breakthrough Academy, the offerings that we have, we'll address those tomorrow. I want to focus solely on the material today so that we can be present in the moment. Okay? How does that sound so far? This housekeeping is going pretty well, I'd say so myself. Okay? If you're watching live for the first time, please let me know where you're watching from. I did mention this before, but we've had an amazing reach before. And you never know where people are coming from, but we do know that there's information that they want and they find themselves here with me. You've manifested me in your life and I'm manifesting you in my life. So go ahead and let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching live, put a 1 in the comments or just say watching live. If you're watching on the replay, also do the same. Okay. Now today, I'm going to give you, or overall, I'm going to give you the 4 vital steps that I believe will help you manifest whatever it is that you want. And I say that I believe because some people have different practices. Okay, some people manifest in a different way. My manifestation is very faith-centered and it's very internal-centered. It's very soul-aligned centered, nervous system centered. And the reason for that is because it has the most impact and it has lasting effects. And so I'm going to share with you the 4 vital steps that I believe will give you meaningful, impactful manifestations. And today I'm going to focus on the first 2. Remember, this is a 2-day workshop, a 2-day masterclass. I'm going to focus on the first 2. And tomorrow we'll work on the final 2. Okay? And there will be exercises in the midst of these workshops today. So I highly recommend, if you did not come prepared, please go get a pen and some paper. Get a journal, something to write down on, and something to write with, because you are going to be doing some work. We want you to manifest whatever it is that you want, so you've got to do some work. Remember, you're coachable. Okay? You are coachable. This is where we are right now. Of course, over the next 2 days, particularly probably mostly likely tomorrow, I will be going over the Breakthrough Academy, and that's my education company, and the programs and the courses that we offer to help elevate you to the life that you want to live and get you into your grandest, highest version of yourself. I'm going to be talking about those because, of course, why not? There will be some things that you learn here and you want to go deeper. You want to go deeper and you want to learn more and you feel a tug to improve yourself. This is where we can connect. And so I will also put in the comments a little bit later on a link so that you can book a one-on-one call with me. It's a consultation call. It's completely free. This is where we can discuss your goals. This is where we can discuss the offerings that we have at the Breakthrough Academy and to see how I can help you get what it is that you want. I learned from Bob Proctor. He used to say, tell me what you want and I will help you get it. Well, I've adopted that same thing. Tell me what you want and I will help you get it. Okay? So, housekeeping is complete. We are done. We are ready. Let's get into it. I start all of my workshops with a prayer. Whether you believe or not, I do. So I'm going to ask you to just indulge me. It's a very short prayer. I'm going to pray over all of us, okay? Dear God, thank you for allowing me to connect with your precious loves. I'm grateful for their time and attention. Please speak through my vocal cords and think through my mind and make room for their grandest selves to be revealed. It is in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen. Okay, let's go. let's go, let's go, let's go. Over the next 2 days, we're going to go even deeper into the manifestation, okay? I don't want to go to surface level tips and tricks that everybody talks about. You can go on YouTube for that. You can go and find something in a book. I want you to get things that are actually impactful, okay? So you're going to learn how to become the person that you need to be who easily receives your desire. That's the important part, okay? So today we're going to talk about your inner self. We're going to be doing the inner work, and that's the blueprint, and that's your energy, okay? Your blueprint and your energy. Tomorrow we'll move into embodiment, we'll move into receiving, and we'll move into inspired action, okay? So by the end of today, the goal is this. By the end of today, you'll know exactly what you want, why you want it, and you'll already be shifting into the vibration of it. Deal? Okay, great. As you're watching, go ahead and just don't be afraid to comment. Don't be afraid to comment. We are here in this together. So now you need to go and grab your journal. Go and grab your journal. Go get your pen and paper. This is where you're going to start writing some things, okay? I want to tell you about a manifestation story of one of my students, one of the people that I've been working with in my one-on-one program. She's a business owner, and she's had a business for about 5 years. She provides products of some sort, and she solves problems for people. Now, when we came to each other, when she found me, she was stuck at a threshold of $8,000 a month in revenue. And for anyone who runs a business, you want to make sure that it grows and grows and grows, and you can bring in as much as you can so you can start to invest back into your business again and into your community. She could not get past the $8,000. It was always between 5 and 8. Well, when we started working together about 6 months ago, we discovered that there were some money blocks, that there were some beliefs that needed to be replaced, some limiting beliefs that were within her, that there were self-identity issues that we needed to pay attention to and replace. And we did that over those 6 months. And it's funny because as we've been working together, she'd been going through the practice. A lot of what you're going to hear about today, and of course there's a lot more because we've worked together for 6 months. But I got an email or a message from her yesterday morning. And remember, she was stuck at 8,000. Yesterday morning, she let me know that she hit her first $49,000 month. Her first $49,000 month. Her goal is $50,000. That's fine. And the month is not over. Who knows what can happen. But the fact that we went from $8,000 a month to $49,000 a month in about 6 months' time, that's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. And that goes to show that if you step into who you're supposed to be, you can create anything you want. You can manifest anything you want, from money to love, to homes, to vehicles, to opportunities, to jobs, to cars, to vacations, whatever it is that you want. You can do that. I have another person who just started her angel investment firm. She'd been working on that for a while. When we got together, she was already making well over 6 figures, and sometimes 6 figures a month. But when we started working together about 6 months ago, and our program is ending soon at the end of this month, our time together, she could only make a certain amount. When people come to me, they oftentimes want to earn money. I'm a wealth manifestation mentor as well as a transformation specialist. And so, again, we went through a lot of the same techniques, a lot of the same mindset, a lot of the same energy work, and a lot of the same faith-based, soul-aligned ideas to get them to where they wanted to be. They came from money. But they were only making a certain amount. They wanted to make an impact in this world. And so the goal was to be a philanthropist and create an angel investment firm. And well, they created their angel investment firm, and they just invested $100,000 in their very first business. I'm floored. I'm not surprised, but I'm floored. I'm floored at the things that people are able to accomplish when they put this work to use. So I'm sharing this because I want you to understand that this is not just woo-woo. This is not just talk. This is not just me saying something for the sake of saying something. Like, I don't want to talk to you for an hour and a half just to talk to you. I'm teaching because there are a lot of things that we don't know, that we may not have access to. A lot of people gatekeep, and we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, okay? So now let's get into it. Step number 1 of the 4 vital steps. We're talking the first 2 today. It's clarity and intention. Okay, clarity and intention. Most people are really vague with what they want. They're so vague about what they want. So they'll say, I want more money, or I want a relationship, or they'll say, I want a new job. Great. Doing what? How much money? If you want more money, you can get $5, and congratulations, you just manifested $5. If you want a new job, you can get a new job easily, but it might not be the job that you want. You have to be clear. You've got to be very clear, and I've got to express this to you. Vague intentions create vague results. So you've got to be crystal clear. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to get clear and emotionally connected to what it is that you actually want. Remember that, emotionally connected to what it is that you actually want. So let's do a quick exercise. I do this with all of my students, either within the Breakthrough Academy or even when I'm just doing a free teaching like this. I want you to think to yourself. I'm going to ask you a question. If anything and everything was possible, what would you love? If anything and everything was possible, what would you love? Okay, so what would you love to have, be, do, experience? Where would you love to go? And I want you to think about this, because this is the jump off point to your manifestations. You can manifest whatever it is that you want. In fact, everything that you have in your life right now, whether good or not good, you have manifested it. You are a master manifester. But imagine you intentionally manifested what you wanted. You chose specifically what you wanted, and you made it come into your reality. So if anything and everything was possible, what would you love? Write it down. Write it down. Create a laundry list of everything that you want. This is your grocery shopping list of whatever it is that you want in your life. When I created my list back in the day, and I do this every so often, I had fly first class or a private jet. I wanted to live free and clear in my home. So for me, that meant to have no mortgage. Okay, so free and clear in my home. I wanted to have a business that reached across the globe. I have that now. I wrote down a bunch of stuff. I even wrote I want to go out for dinner like once a week. Whatever it is, it can be big, it can be small, but what would you love? Write it down. And as we go through this day today and this next, set here, I want you to make sure that you're continuing to write, because you're going to need to come back to this list, the list of your wants. You're going to need to come back to it, okay? So if anything and everything was possible, what would you love? Okay, so keep writing while you're listening. And I want to explain to you the next thing. There's a difference between ego wants and soul-aligned desires. Okay, there's a difference between ego wants and soul-aligned desires. So before we commit to any of your intentions, so your intentions is the thing that you want, that thing that you're going to manifest for, I want to show you the difference between the ego wants, okay, and the soul-aligned desires. So your ego wants, and clearly there's a clue in ego, your ego wants are usually driven by fear, and they're driven by judgment, and they're driven by trying to prove something to someone else, right? So it could be, for example, I need this title in this company because then people will respect me. Or if I have this car, people will think I made it. Or if I have this car, I will attract the honeys, right? People will think that too. Or possibly, I'm going to get fit. Tell me if you've ever heard this one, because I have. I'm going to get fit so he can, when he sees me, he's going to know what he's missing. You know, that revenge body? Right? That one's a real popular one. I'm going to get fit, so when he sees me, he's going to know what he's missing or know what he's missed out on. The revenge body. It's for something and someone else. These goals are motivated by the reaction of someone else. Okay? Your goals are motivated by the reaction of someone else and by the acceptance of others. And these have nothing to do with you. So then I would ask you, think about this. What happens if you achieve those goals and they don't care? What happens if you get fit and they just look at you and keep on moving? They're not pressed by it. What happens if you get that job title and you don't get the respect that you feel that you deserve? You cannot be motivated by the validation of other people. You have to self-validate. And if you are motivated by the validation of other people, then when they don't care, or even if they do care, you're giving them all the power over you and over every action that you take. And that is an ego want. That is from the ego. Do we get that? Okay. Now, soul-aligned desires, on the other hand, they actually come from you, your authentic self. They're from who you are and what you want for yourself for real. That could benefit other people, but it's not to get the reaction from other people. So these are goals that feel expansive. They feel like you're growing. They stretch you. They are inspiring to you. That's what these goals are, okay? So you might hear or come up with a goal like, I feel called to this business because it gives me freedom and I can help a lot of people. That was one of mine when I created my education company. I was inspired to create a business that I can work myself, that could go global and help as many people as I can. But it gave me freedom first. That was my goal. Or I love this home because I could see my family living there. Do you feel the difference in that? People always want money. I would love $20,000 a month so I could live comfortably and provide for my family or provide for my loved ones, or so I can go take vacations all the time, or I can go shopping all the time. Whatever it is that you want, it's fine. It's up to you. But it has to come from you for you, not for the reaction of others. That is a soul-aligned want. So as you're continuing to write down what you would love, that first exercise, if anything and everything were possible, what would I love? Start paying attention. Start paying attention to whether or not you're writing ego wants or you're writing soul-aligned goals, okay? That's so important. So with regards to this is the next step that we would take. And I like to call it distinguishing them. Okay, we're distinguishing from the ego versus the soul-aligned. From the list that you've already created, okay, that you're writing down now that you've already created, I want you to take those desires, take 1 or 2, 3 or 4, or just whatever, as many as you want. Take those desires, maybe you've only come up with one desire, and ask yourself this question. If I were to have achieved this goal, right, and no one ever knew I achieved it, would I still do it? Would I still want it? So if I were to achieve this goal and nobody knew I achieved it, would I still want the goal? We see where this is going. Does this goal feel like relief from fear? Or does it feel like inspiration or expansion into a dream? Because oftentimes we want something so that I need more money so that I can pay all my bills. I'll have relief. And the fear is what will happen if you don't pay your bills. So is this goal something that is a relief from fear, or is it an expansion into a dream? Is it something that I would really love, that I dream of, and it's just beautiful? When I imagine it, this is another question. When I imagine it, do I feel contracted? So do I feel tight? Do I feel like it's hard to get? What's going on with my body? Do I feel contracted, or do I feel expanded? Do I feel growth? Do I feel really good about it? I want you to think that through as well. And then jot down your answers. Jot down your answers. Just Simple. You can put down, yeah, I feel ego, I feel soul, whatever it is. But you're going to notice that what type of goal you have, if it's egocentric or if it's soul aligned, and that's so important. And then if your goals do feel more ego driven, that's okay, because then you can just simply refine them. Okay, you can simply refine them and make it more soul aligned. And you'll oftentimes realize that the soul aligned version of that ego want is right under the surface. It's right underneath it. So get rid of the validation from somebody else and trying to prove something to somebody else, and focus on what it is that you want for yourself and how this goal, this thing that you want, this experience, this place that you want to go is going to make you feel, and how it's going to benefit your life and what you're going to gain from it. You've got to become crystal clear with what it is that you want. Do we get this? Good. Oh, watching from New York, watching from South Africa. Good, good. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so now this is your next activity, and this is with regards to your wants, okay? Just trust me on this. I've got you. I've got your back. I've got the best of intentions. I want you to close your eyes and take a breath, okay? Close your eyes and take a breath. And then I want you to imagine that it is 12 months from now. And 12 months from now, you are living out your goal. You have achieved what it is that you've written down on your list. The thing that you wanted, it's now. It's your present. Okay? Everything has unfolded exactly the way you want it to. I want you to picture that. This is something we can do, right? We can do that. I want you to picture that. What are you seeing from that point of view? Your eyes are closed. What are you seeing from that point of view? Who's in the room with you? Where are you? What are you hearing? Are you hearing laughter? Is there a celebration? Are people celebrating your goals with you? What are you hearing? Clearly, you're not living the same way you're living today. It's a year from now. Things are different. You've achieved what it is that you wanted to achieve. So what are you hearing? What are you seeing? What are you feeling emotionally? Are you feeling relief? Are you feeling joy? Are you feeling contentment? Are you feeling peace? Are you feeling ease? What are you feeling? And then what do you feel in your body? You're going to notice, and like if you really pay attention to your body, you're going to notice it doesn't feel the same way. For me, when I did this exercise, I felt my jaw unclench. I felt my breaths getting deeper, because we oftentimes take short, shallow, quick breaths because it's always go, 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 go. But the moment I envisioned myself living the life that I wanted based on what I wrote down, my breaths were shallow, they were deep, they were expansive, they were cleansing. My shoulders were no longer up, they were just relaxed. So I want you to pay attention to that as well. Pay attention to that. How does your body feel? Okay, and then write that down. Jot it down. Jot everything down. I want you to, the details that you see. 12 months from now, what do you see? What's the scene? What numbers are around you? Like, what words are being spoken? What comes to mind? What do you envision? And what are you feeling in this moment? This is your imagination at play. Everything is created in the mind first. Okay? It's in our imagination. That is the place where we co-create with God. Everything is there first. What you see in your mind, you can hold in your hand. The phone that you are watching this live on right now was created in someone's mind before it was created in reality. The chair that I'm sitting on right now was created in someone's mind before it was created in reality. Whatever it is, this is your fantasy brought to life. Created in your mind before we bring it into reality. Okay? So I want you to then recognize this. Of all the things that you've written on your list, what is the one that lights you up the most? What is the one that feels the best to you? You're like, ooh, I would love to have this. I would love to have this. My life would be if I had this, when I get this. Circle that one, because that is your North Star. That is the one you will become and be most obsessed with. That is the one that no matter what's going on in your life, you're going to go for it anyway. You're going to bring it to you anyway. You're not going to let anyone deter you from achieving that thing at all. That is your North Star. And with your North Star, what you can do this later, write out a scene of what it would be like and feel like and look like to have it in your life. But write it as the present. So you could say, I'm so grateful now that I make $20,000 a month, whatever it is that your goal is. Now that I make $20,000 a month, life looks so much better now. It's so fun. I go on trips. We pay things with ease. You're saying it in the present tense or even in the past, but not like I will have, I will do, I will go. Because when you write, manifestation is reality. It's immediate. There's no time with manifesting things. The moment you create it in your mind, it's done. There's a delay in observing it, but it's done. Then you have to become the person who steps into that role. I'll talk to you about that in a bit, but it's done. So if you keep saying, I will, that means you don't have it. Even though your 3D world, you don't observe it, there's no evidence of it right now. You don't have it. You will continue to be chasing it. So I want you to write that in the present. Whenever you're thinking of what it is that you want, you have it in the present, in this moment, right now. That was your step 1, clarity and intention. Okay? Step 2 is energetic alignment. Energetic alignment. This is really important. This is really, really, really important, my friends. Okay? This is about becoming a vibrational match to the thing that you want. Now, I say a vibrational match because we broadcast signals to the world. We broadcast signals to the universe. You can feel that broadcast. Okay? You can feel the signal. It's like when you walk into your home, even if the power is off, there's still energy. Your energy is still there. It's being broadcast to the world. Okay? So if step 1 gave us the blueprint, so what you want, okay, then step 2 is about becoming the person who already has it. Okay? And this is invisible. This is invisible stuff. This is like going into your feminine energy. This is invisible stuff. This is your beliefs. These are your emotions. It's your identity. And then your body. Okay? This is, aside from your body, this is the invisible stuff within. It's the part that decides whether the outer world will rearrange itself to match your desires. And that's how it works. Once you put it out there, it will rearrange itself to match your desires. That's why when someone says, oh, don't put that into the universe, they say something negative. Don't put that into the universe, because our words have power. You get it? Our words have power, and our thoughts and our beliefs make these things a reality or not. Cool? Cool. All right, so let's talk about recognizing the internal blocks that we have, because everyone has an internal block, and then how to deliberately raise your vibration and hold the energy that attracts what it is that you want. So your beliefs create your perceptions. We, for the most part, know that, right? We understand that. Your beliefs create your perceptions. And so your beliefs are actually filters. Did you know? Your beliefs are actually filters. They shape how you interpret events. They shape how you, or what you notice in this world. They eventually lead to the actions that you take or don't take. And it's all based on what you believe. So do we have beliefs that help us, or do we have beliefs that harm us? Now, the most 2 pressing beliefs, and I'm sure you've heard of these before, but I'm going to get into it, are your limiting beliefs and your empowering beliefs. If we can distinguish the difference between the 2 when we choose what we're going for, then you're going to have a much easier time calling into your life what it is that you want. So your limiting beliefs, they act like a lens. They act like a lens that screens out opportunities, unfortunately. And these opportunities in your mind, these are opportunities that you feel don't fit. They don't fit the story. So those limiting beliefs are gonna like push them out. They don't fit my story. I don't believe it. I'm not allowing it. I'm blocking it. All of that stuff. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. And how do you know if you have limiting beliefs? Look at your life right now. Look at your results. Do you have everything that you want? Okay? So some of these limiting beliefs look like I'm not good enough. I don't feel worthy. I'm not qualified enough for this job or this situation. I'm not a good speaker. I can't do it. I'm really shy. When you're not shy, that's just an identity you've adopted, or, you know? What else? I only attract emotionally unavailable men or women. That's a belief that you have. Or he or she's out of my league. You hear that all the time. Why do you believe that about yourself? These are limiting beliefs. These are a story that you're telling yourself. They are self-imposed at that. They're self-imposed. You might have heard something from somebody else and adopted it, but these are self-imposed. They're boundaries that can come from past experiences, from things that people said, from family, from things that you see online, something that maybe someone has done to you. These are self-imposed, and it's the pressure, and they're deeply ingrained. And we don't want them. So whatever it is that you're writing down, whatever it is that you're manifesting for, when you're manifesting, I want you to realize that you can have whatever it is that you want. The moment you have a belief about it that says something else, you will get what you believe. That's how it works. You will get what you believe, because energetically, that's what you're putting out into the world. That's the signal that you're broadcasting. Okay? Now, empowering beliefs are the complete opposite. Empowering beliefs are the beliefs that lift you up. They make you feel expansive, and they inspire you. They inspire you to take action. So, I am worthy. I can have whatever I want. I always get whatever I want. I attract the most emotionally available and financially astute people that are out there. I just can't help it. This is what it is. I'm always getting what I want. That's a belief. Whatever I do always ends in success. That is a belief. That is an empowering belief. And if you believe that whatever you wanted always ends up in success, wouldn't you be more likely to take behaviors, to have behaviors and actions that cause you to be successful? You wouldn't doubt what you're doing. There would be no doubt. There would be no fear. So wherever the limiting beliefs pop up, I want you to immediately recognize it, because the limiting beliefs are going to show up in your body. You're going to feel them. You're not going to feel happy. You're going to feel sad. You're going to procrastinate. You're going to feel lazy. You're going to want to sleep. You're going to put it off until tomorrow. You're going to say, oh, it's not good. It even shows up in how you write. Think about this. When you're feeling really good and feeling really empowered, and you pick up a pen and you write something down, why is your writing so neat? Why is your writing so neat? But when you feel worried and you feel those limiting beliefs pop up, all of a sudden you're writing like a doctor. Your writing is erratic. It even comes out in that. So this is something for you to pay attention to, okay? And again, how do you know if you have limiting beliefs that are ruling your life? If you don't have everything that you want, then you have limiting beliefs. You have limiting beliefs, because if you had everything that you wanted in this world and everything was the way you desired it to be, you'd have it, right? Like if you had that, you'd be a person who's always thinking empowering beliefs. So I just want you to think, when it is whatever it is you're going for, how do you really feel about it? How do you really feel about you getting it? Do you believe you can have it? Do you believe you deserve it? Do you believe that it can impact your life in the best way? This is what we're going to do to replace those limiting beliefs and come up with something that's empowering, okay? So I want you to think of your mind like a radio. I love this analogy. I want you to think of your mind like a radio. If you are tuned into lack FM, so that's doubt, that's fear, that's anxiety, that's feelings of not being worthy, low value, then what you're going to get back from the universe, from the world, is static. You're going to get negativity. You're going to get things that you don't want. You're going to get the opposite of what it is that you desire. Or even if you got something close to what you wanted, it's going to slip away. You're going to sabotage it. It's like when somebody desires money, more wealth, and they get the money, they get the wealth, they overspend, they mismanage it, they give it all away. And then all of a sudden they're back to where they were. It's like that man who won the $315 million lottery many years ago in the US. And he blew it within like 3 years. Because there were limiting beliefs that he did not address. And so you can have what you want, but it'll take a drastic turn. And that will feel even worse than when you started. Does that make sense? You've got to turn your signal, your radio signal, so that you're not hearing static, so you can get something clear, a clear sound, and get into abundance FM, if you will, where it's joy, it's relief, it's peace of mind, it's happiness, it's gratitude, it's abundance. And then your actions will move from there. Cool? Are we there? Good. Okay. Repeating a new thought. How do I want to say this? Repeating a new thought with feeling is actually going to weaken the old belief. So whatever the limiting belief is, come up with a new belief that's the opposite and repeat it with feeling. It's going to weaken the old belief. It's going to weaken it over time. It's not something that you do once. I need you to understand that we are not in a microwave society. This is not a microwave instant noodles type of thing. It requires your work and some repetition. But the moment that these beliefs arise and show themselves, replace them with a belief that is empowering, and it will weaken the old, and it will continue to build new ones. Okay? Most people think that changing the outcome is about changing your actions, but it's not. Changing the outcome comes from changing your inside. Changing who you are on the inside, changing your inner map, okay? And those inner maps will direct your actions. So, do we get it? Do we get it? I want you to think about what one belief is that you hold about the thing that you really want. Now, you've been writing down your goals, what it is that you love throughout this live so far. What is one belief that you have about the thing that you really want, about your North Star? What do you believe about it? When I got into really manifesting and I wanted to live free and clear, and then I decided that I convinced myself I was $1 million before I manifested my first million. And I believed that money followed me everywhere. I believed that I was a vessel for making more. I believed that money was so easy to make that nothing I did would stop it from coming to me. That was my belief. It was my deep belief. Did I make $1 million in one shot? No. It was 100,000 here, 5,000 here, 600,000 here, another 100, so on, so on, so on. But within 9 months, with those beliefs and showing up as the person who already had that mindset, who already had the money in my mind. And so becoming that person, acting as that person, not acting as if, but becoming the person who could have that capacity. And then all of a sudden opportunities present themselves in which you can get what it is that you want. Okay? So this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Part of the homework today, it will be posted in the group shortly. Part of the homework today is a reframing of your limiting beliefs. I want you to work on it. Because again, we all have limiting beliefs. If you don't have the life that you want the way you want it, or if you desire something else and you have a hard time getting it, there's something that you don't know, or there's something that you believe that is blocking your blessing, that is blocking you from getting what you want. So I want you to pay really good attention to this homework. It's to benefit you. It's to make things better for you. Okay, the second step in this is your identity. So your identity is your thermostat. You can write that down. Your identity is your thermostat. And so your identity is who you believe that you are. We know that. Who you believe that you are. Who do you think you are? Most people don't know who they are. Most people have an identity that's rooted in how they think other people think of them. And so they show up in this world and they do things based on the perception of others. And so I love to give the quote by, I think his name was Calvin Cooley. I'm not who I think I am. I'm not who you think I am, but I am who I think you think I am. Once again, I'm not who I think I am. I'm not who you think I am. I am who I think you think I am. And so with that premise, you realize that most people are walking around kind of like imposters, like that game Among Us. They're imposters. They have no idea who they are. And here you are trying to live your life to impress people who have zero identity or have an identity based on somebody else. We're not doing that. We're giving that up. We are giving that up right now. Okay? Your identity is what you believe about who you are. And it sets the temperature. It does. It sets the temperature for what you're going to allow into your life. So if you are someone who attracts abundance, okay, your behavior and your choices and your attention will match that identity automatically. Automatically. But if you still identify as a person who, I'm never lucky, like bad things always happen to me, why is it so hard for me to get what I want? Do I have to work so hard and I don't have much to show for it? If you identify as that, or nobody likes me, I can't get the love of my life. If you identify as that, right, you're always going to manifest that. You're always going to manifest that which you believe to be true about you, and that's all part of your energy. So the beliefs and the emotion is all part of the energy. And the identity, it's all part of it. You have to make sure that you're so crystal clear in who you know you are. Because it's believe and then know who you know you are. You've got to be really, really clear about that, okay? You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are and what you believe to be true about you. Who you are in the moment when you're going for that manifestation, that's what you're going to get. So if I believe that if I want love and relationship and a solid relationship, passion and dates all the time and long-term, long-lasting, the best of everything in this relationship, if I want that, but I believe that I can't connect well with people, am I going to get the relationship that I want? No. I'm going to get what I believe to be true. So you've got to make sure what you believe to be true matches what you want. And that who you think you are matches what you want. You have to become the person who can have the thing. Put in another way. Okay? You don't have to act rich to attract wealth. I know people say act as if, and that is actually a really big part of manifestation as well, but that's assuming the identity of the person who has the thing that you want to have, of your wish fulfilled. It's almost like method acting. They call it delulu these days. That's the new catchphrase. But you don't have to act like a rich person in order to attract wealth, in order to be wealthy. Okay? You need to become someone who is in alignment, who naturally makes aligned actions and makes aligned choices that leads to wealth. So again, if I'm just using wealth as an example, who do I need to be to have this kind of wealth? Do I need to be who I am currently right now? I'll tell you, the person that you are right now doesn't have the wealth that you desire, so no, you can't be that person. You have to adopt something else. You have to figure out to yourself, what does wealth look like? What does that healthy relationship look like? What does the person who has this particular career look like? Right? Not physically look like, but what does it look like? What do they do? How do they think? What decisions do they make? How do they speak with people? Are they worried about spending money? Absolutely not. Do they invest in themselves? Absolutely they do. Do they hesitate when it comes to making decisions? Of course not. So if these are practices that you're doing right now, it's beautiful that it's gotten you to where you are now, because you're wonderful. You're wonderful. And you're worthy of whatever it is that you want. But your next level is going to require something else. It's going to require an elevated identity, and elevated beliefs, which will lead to elevated actions. Does that make sense? This is your identity work. Okay? This is your identity work. How are we doing for time? Oh, we're great. Great. So one thing that I love to share with my students when it comes to identity work, an easy way to, I guess kind of like affirm, but without affirmation, but an easy way to say something so that you can quickly shift your identity is just to say, I'm the kind of person that. So whatever it is that you want, I'm the kind of person that. So I'm the kind of person that receives money really easily. That's who I am. Like, I'm the kind of person who receives money easily. I'm the kind of person who receives money all the time. I am. I'm the kind of person who always gets what they want. This is my identity. This is how I identify. This is how you identify. So what kind of person are you? What do you want? And how will you identify? I'm the kind of person that. Okay? So I'm the kind of person that always succeeds. These are empowering thoughts, empowering identity. You start to believe it. You say it with feeling. You get the things that you want. Okay? I'm the kind of person who attracts emotionally available men or women. I'm the kind of person who always gets what or who they want. I'm just that kind of person. This is me. I'm that kind of person. I get what I want. I always succeed. Life is fun for me. I'm the kind of person who can solve problems easily. I'm the kind of person who does not get caught up in other people's emotional baggage. I'm the kind of person who can get through the job quickly. I'm the kind of person who, even though there's shit hitting the fan, I can respond to it well without it taking me out of my spirit and ruining my nervous system, dysregulating it. I'm the kind of person that, or I'm the kind of person who. I encourage you to try that. Not just try it, to do it, to say it. I'm the kind of person that. So when you're coming up with your identity, and this is just a small part of identity work. We do a lot more in my program Unlimited, but this is something that you can do in the immediates to just do a quick identity shift. A quick identity shift. And it'll make a big difference. I'm the kind of person who. Okay? The third thing in the energy section and the inner work is emotion. So emotion is your currency. So we're talking about feeling versus repeating words. Okay? Feeling versus repeating words. Affirmations. I have a love and hate relationship with affirmations. I hear some affirmations and I'm like, wow, these are great. And then I hear some affirmations and I'm like, what are you talking about? What are those? Affirmations. If you do not add feeling behind affirmations, they're just words being spoken. And when they're just words being spoken, it's almost the same as whispering into a storm. It's ineffective. It's pointless. It's useless. So when you're giving an affirmation or stating an affirmation, you're affirming something to be true in your life in the now. You have to have conviction. You have to have feeling attached to it. You need to in order for you to succeed. So, and this is because emotions signal importance to your nervous system. It signals how important something is to your nervous system. And it actually produces neurochemicals. So neurochemicals like serotonin or oxytocin or dopamine, the pleasure emotion, the pleasure feel, or the calm feel. Right? It signals that to us. when you have emotion attached. Because then when emotion is attached, your nervous system starts to feel good because it's producing those neurochemicals. But then also you're impressing it upon your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind will receive whatever it is that you give it. It will not reject a thing. It does not know the difference between truth and falsities, has no idea. So when you're saying something or thinking something, and you're saying it and thinking it with feeling attached, it's literally being pressed into your body and into your nervous system and helping you boost those and create those neurochemicals so that you can feel good and so that you can take action, inspired action from that place. And then when you have your subconscious mind working on your behalf, especially when you're asleep, it's now rewiring something in your body, telling you that you are this person, that this is the life you're supposed to be living. These are the actions you're supposed to be taking. These are the thoughts that you're supposed to be having. These are the people you're supposed to be connecting with. These are the ideas that are supposed to come to life. These are the beliefs that you're supposed to embody. When you wake up, you literally feel like a different person. And you start taking actions from the new belief because you've affirmed something with feeling. So we're not blowing into the wind anymore. Okay? We're not blowing into the wind anymore. We're not doing that. We are affirming with feeling. We are affirming with conviction. We are choosing the words properly. Like, I hear someone say, oh, I'm a magnet for money. Or I make $100 million. I'm so happy now. I'm so happy and grateful now that I make $100 million. Do you believe it? Do you believe it? Do you just say it? Even if you try to add feeling to that one, that would be so hard because it's so big that your body would reject it. Your mind would say that's bullshit. Your brain would say that's bullshit. Get out of here with that. And then now you're of two minds. It doesn't feel good because you're trying to put something into your body, into your brain, into your subconscious mind, into your energy that you know is a lie. Okay? And while affirmations are verbalizing identity traits within you, I'm a centimillionaire. You know that's a lie. So we also have to find affirmations that your body will accept, that your nervous system will feel okay holding. It's like I have a student who went from $5,000 months to $20,000 months, okay, with her earnings in her business. And her capacity for wealth, her container, only held $5,000 at a time. No matter what she did, she couldn't make more than that. Happens to everyone. We all have this thing called a money ceiling. We can't get past it because we can't see ourselves past it. Even though we envision it, we can't see ourselves past it because we don't believe it to be true. It doesn't feel like something that could happen. We have doubts and we have fears about it. And the fears could be that if what happens when I make this amount of money, people are going to have their hands out all the time. Or you have a belief about people who are rich. And the belief is that rich people are evil. They're the devil. And they take nefarious actions so that they can get the money. And if those are your beliefs and those are the energies that you have attached to wealth, how are you going to get the wealth? So then to affirm that I make $100 million, but you have beliefs and the energy of a person who doesn't like people who have money, or doesn't feel worthy of the money, or doesn't feel like you can get the money, it's not going to happen. We are not frequency aligned. We are not energetically matched, and we've got to get there. Do we understand? Okay, so you've got to make sure that you're saying affirmations with feeling, and then saying affirmations that your body can feel safe with, that will not immediately reject, that will just be like, you know what? Hell yeah, I can make $1 million within a year. Hell yeah, I can make $1 million in 6 months. That's a lot more palatable, isn't it? You make it small, make the goal small, make it feel small. That's what Bob Proctor used to say. Make the million feel small. Start with $100,000 $100,000, $100,000, $100,000. Make it feel small. I'm so happy and grateful now that I consistently earn over $100,000 and that my income continues to rise. Oh, I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that because I can live with ease. I can help others. I can live in my home and not think about bills. And so now I'm faith focused instead of worried, because you can't worry and have faith at the same time. It's like trying to suck and blow at the same time. You can't do it. You can't do it at all. I encourage you to try. When I first heard someone say you can't suck and blow, I tried it. I did. And the fool that I was and that I looked like, I did that in the comfort of my home so nobody could see. But try it. You can't suck and blow at the same time. You can't have faith and fear at the same, faith and worry at the same time. They require the same amount of energy, by the way, but that's not going to work. So now getting back to these affirmations, okay? They work when they are felt. Affirmations work when they are felt. And so if the words feel fake, this is what I want you to do. I want you to lean into the feeling that you desire to have. So it could be relief. It could be gratitude. It could be peace of mind. It could be contentment or joy or whatever it is. Did I say ease? Lean into that feeling first. Lean into the thing that how you want to feel first about what you want. And then create and say the affirmations after. Because if it feels fake, it's going to continue to feel fake and you're going to reject it and say, does not compute. Get out of here. You're out. Foul on the play. Red card. All of those things. That's what's going to happen. So lean into the feeling first. Feel what you want to feel first. Get into the feeling of abundance and gratitude first. And then affirm the words. The feeling is the secret. Neville Goddard used to say that all the time. In fact, he wrote a book called Feeling is the Secret. I highly recommend you get it, you read it, you internalize it, and you live from it. They have the audiobook for free on YouTube. Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. Okay? Okay. The next part. Your body. Your body. This is all part of the energy, right? Your body. Your body is the vehicle. Okay? So we know that the nervous system actually holds our identity. In fact, the identity that it holds, it even holds some of the biographical history from our ancestors. It's so wild. It's a whole deep thing to get into. I won't get into that here, but our nervous system holds our identity. And so your posture and your voice and your tone and your breathing and the small habits that you have and that you do, they actually anchor who you are. They anchor who you are. So changing your body language, friend, it's an immediate shortcut. An immediate shortcut to changing your state and to getting into a new state. And so I say all the time that if you want to change how you feel in the moment, if you want to change your vibrational state, you want to raise your vibration, move your body. It's the fastest way. It's the fastest way. Move your physical body to change your state. So what do? Go for a walk, go for a run, clean your house, go dance, make love to someone, break dance. Do some priming. You're doing this. Someone calls it raise the roof. Tony Robbins calls it priming. You're doing this and you're doing some deep breathing. You immediately feel different. Jump around like an idiot. I do that one a lot. I jump around and I'm now to the point where I don't care what I look like, but I'll be like, just jumping around. You feel so foolish in the moment, but you will not feel the same way that you're feeling before. So if you need a vibrational boost and you want to get closer to the vibration, to the energy level of the thing that you want, you got to change your state. And that's a really easy, quick way to do it. Start clapping, start dancing, do the thing. Do the thing, have fun. What else can you do? Listen to music. Music that moves you. Music that makes you want to vibe. It's going to raise your vibration. Read a book. That calms people down too. Like maybe you're really up here and you're frenetic and you need to calm down And you want to attract love, so love you have to be. But if you're not on the frequency of love and you're on the frequency of I'm going to pop you in your face, what love are you going to get? What love are you expressing? You're going to get more opportunities to I want to pop you in the face. That's what you're going to get, because your energy is a broadcast signal. You are literally signaling something to the world. And it's also coming from your body. That's where it shows up. That's where it shows up. And how does it manifest itself? Sometimes when it's great, it manifests itself in like instant attraction to things. People give you free things. I have a person who's been in my energy for just a short while. She messaged me before we came on this live. She's like, I've basically been in your energy and I just got a free vacation for the weekend. Transportation, food, all paid for. Last week, she had her rent paid by somebody. And I think the month before as well, paid by somebody, not herself. She's not working. What are you putting out there? What are you putting out there? And are you in my energy? Because we vibe over here. Okay? So I want you to think about that. Embodiment signals to your brain that this is authentic. This is an authentic thing. And it's because you're being the person. You're living from the place of the wish fulfilled. You have decided to show up as the person who has the love so that you can attract the love. You showed up as the person who has that job so that you can attract that job. You showed up as the person who has the wealth so you can attract that wealth. Whatever it is that you want to manifest, you can manifest. I cannot stress that enough. Whatever it is that you want to manifest, you can manifest. You've been manifesting your whole life. And it's been based on the actions, the ideas, the thoughts, and the beliefs that you've had months ago, some years ago. Because reality is a mirror. It's a mirror, right? And it's reflecting what we're putting out. And if the simplest thing you can do is to move your body so that you can change your energetic state, then move your body. Move your body and change your energetic state. Okay? So if you want to be a new person, because that's what we want to be a new person so that we can get the things that we want on a regular basis. And this is a lesson that you can take for every manifestation, not just once. Every manifestation for the rest of your life. So if you want to be a new person, I want you to start with how you hold your body. Pay attention to your posture. Pay attention to how you're breathing. Pay attention to if you're clenched. Unclench your jaw. Go ahead, right now, unclench your jaw. I don't care if the person you're listening to, their voice gets on your nerves. Unclench your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Shake it out. Oh my gosh, that feels great. Uncross your legs. Are you sitting like this? Uncross your arms. You can change your movement, your body, your posture. Because what's going to happen is your body's going to then teach your brain what's allowed. And I know it's usually the other way around, that your brain teaches your body, but your body in this instant is going to teach your brain what's allowed. Because your brain, this beautiful thing that you have, oftentimes stops us from getting what we want because we overanalyze and we over-intellectualize things. And then we come up with all the reasons why something's not going to work. And we have all the doubts and we have all the fears and all the ideas of humiliation. And the reason for that is because your brain is just trying to protect you. It's your biggest protector. It's trying to protect you. But while it's trying to protect you, it's stopping you from going for what you want. It calls it a risk. Why do you think so many people don't invest in themselves? They think it's a risk instead of calling it taking a chance. Our brain tells us it's risky. Oh, it's risky. Risky means bad. Flip your language. You're taking a chance. You're taking a chance on the life that you want. You're taking a chance on you. And you're deserving. You're absolutely deserving, okay? I want you to remember that. So then, after that, your brain then makes choices consistent with that new identity that you've adopted. Your brain will then make choices that are consistent with the new identity that you're adopting. And so again, actually, let's do a quick activity. We haven't done one in about 15 minutes. Let's do a new activity. This is quick. Very, very quick. You don't have to write anything down. You don't have to go anywhere. But this is what I want you to do, okay? It's a posture shift. It's a posture shift. I want you to sit in your chair, or if you're lying down, sit up. Or you can stand up, whatever you'd like. I want you to sit or stand as the person who has achieved the thing that you want. The goal that you've written down. You're the person, you've already achieved it. Sit like them. Sit like them. What is it that you've decided that you wanted to achieve? The love that you wanted, the money that you wanted, the career that you wanted. Are you sitting like this? Is your face like this? No, you probably have better posture. That affects your energy. It affects what you're putting out there. All of it does. You can do that. Notice your facial expression. When I sit and I envision myself having what I want, I instantly go into like a little smile. Not a big one. Like a quarter smile. Not the half smile or the full smile. That's a reference to The Cosby Show if you've ever watched it. Okay, so I instantly, I sit up straight. My shoulders are back. I have a little bit of a smile. I feel content. In my body, I feel relaxed. You can do a quick posture shift. Just every so often, just think about what it is that you want and think about you already having it. See it. Ooh, I have that. That feels good. Ooh, I have that. That feels good. Ooh, I have that. Let me sit up straight. You're attracting more to you. Okay? Good. I want you to do that every day. Every day. You can do that for a few seconds at a time. It's going to cost you nothing. A few seconds at a time. You can do it while you're at work. You can do it while you're at home. You can do it while you're in bed. Whatever it is. Just work on this for a little bit. Just do a little posture shift. Okay? I want you to remember that your energy is contagious. And man, this is so powerful. Your energy is contagious. And it's like the frequency, okay? The frequency can be felt immediately. If you are like me, who has a teenager, when I walk into my daughter's room and she's 13, I walk into her room, I can instantly feel her vibe. You feel this with teenagers, but you can feel it with anyone. You instantly feel her vibe. So when she's in a mood, I walk in the room, I can feel it. It smacks me in my face. Her energy, her frequency is like, and I just back right on out because I don't want to deal with it. Because energy is contagious and I don't want to absorb that. I don't want to absorb that. It's like when you go somewhere and you're in a room and somebody walks in and everyone's head turns. Because their energy is so high, it's so strong. It's just, oh my gosh, I just want to be around them. I want to be around that person. Their energy, their vibe, their frequency is amazing. And so again, let's say you want to manifest a new relationship, you want love. Well, you have to vibrate on the same frequency of love before you get it. You have to be love before you get it. So what does that look and feel like to you? Because you can't just want love and be afraid of connection, be afraid of touch, be afraid of being alone with someone. Vibrationally, that's a mismatch. Yeah? So I want you to think about that. What energy are you putting out right now? What signal are you broadcasting to the universe? Because that's what you're going to get more opportunity to experience. You're going to get more of an opportunity to experience that. That's just how it works. Your energy is contagious. What are you putting out right now? And you can always do energy checks. How are you sitting? The person who's sitting next to you, are you guys talking to each other? Is the conversation going well? Are you tight? What are you putting out there? Your energy is contagious. And so people will sometimes say, I match their energy. And you don't like it when you're receiving it back, but half the time you don't even realize that your energy is like low frequency. It's combative. It's not a match for the thing that you desire. And you always have to have the thing that you desire at the forefront of your mind. And always have to be energetically aligned to it. So where are you right now? What is your energy level at? Pay attention to that. It's contagious. It's contagious. So how would the version of you, the love version of you, show up? How would the I get anything that I want version of you show up? How would the I'm always successful, I don't know how it happens, but everything always works out for me show up? What vibe are you putting out there? And side note, just so you know, a lot of people don't know this, but the energy of love, especially self-love, is the exact same energy level, frequency, as wealth. So you can manifest for both at the same time because they're exact same frequency level. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? That's why most people are happy when they have money. Most people are it feels good because it feels good to be in love. Most people are really happy when they have wealth, when they have access to it. It's the same frequency level. So what is it that you want to manifest for? If you want to manifest money, I can teach you how to do that. It's easy. You know? You can manifest whatever it is that you want, and I'm going to continue to repeat that over and over and over again. Whatever it is that you want. But what are you broadcasting to the world? What signal are you putting out there? Okay. And so before we go today, let me just recap. We talked about your inner work. So that is your goals, your clarity, having clarity and intention. You asked yourself, if anything and everything was possible, what would I love? What would I love to have, to be, to do, to go, to experience, right? You can't manifest it if you don't know what it is that you want. You have to be so clear on what you intend to possess, on what you intend to create. If anything and everything were possible, what would I love? And then, is the thing that you would love to have, be, do, experience, go, is it derived from your ego? Or is it a soul-aligned want? Is it a soul-aligned want? I work primarily in making sure that your soul is prosperous. It's one of the things that I do as a transformation specialist. And it's taking all aspects of your life and making sure that it is successful as much as can be in tandem with everything else. Are you experiencing soul prosperity? And is your want something that will help you prosper your soul? What is it that you desire? Is it a soul-led want? That means it's authentically you. It comes just from you. The ego wants are based on the reaction and the attention and the validation from other people. And remember, we talked about this. What happens if they don't care that you got what you got? What happens if they don't pay any attention to you? They see you and it's like, anyway, as I was saying, that's soul crushing if your goal is based on the reaction of others. Isn't it? Isn't it? So make sure that your intention, what it is that you want, make sure that it is soul-led, not ego-led. And then we talked about your energy, so that's your beliefs and your identity and your emotions. What is it that you want? Who do I need to be to have it, identity-wise? Who do I need to be to have it? What beliefs does that person have about themselves, about the things that they want, about the world? That's all connected. That's all very important. What beliefs does that person have about the thing that they want, about their getting that thing, about the world? So identity and then beliefs. And then your emotions. How would I feel to have it, to live from that place? What does that do to me? What does that do to me? How would I feel differently than how I do right now? What do I stand to gain from having that thing, and how would it feel to have it? How would it feel to live from that place? Okay? When you go back to your identity, you're going back to the things that you would do also. So this is part of the body and the actions. The things that you would do, what you would say, how you would dress, how you would show up in this world and express yourself, how you connect with people, the decisions that you make, investing in yourself and in your mind. Are you doing that? What else? How, I said decisions, but how quickly you make decisions. If your decisions are expansive, or if they're just, yeah, I'll have a Snickers tonight. Or are they things that will stretch you and make your life better? These are things that you have to think about. When you go shopping, if you're trying to manifest for wealth, are you looking at the cost of everything? Are you afraid to buy the larger coffee instead of the medium coffee? But you want to be a person who attracts wealth, you've got to act like a person who has wealth. So that could be something that you do. Instead of buying the small or the medium, get the large. Instead of getting the side potatoes with your steak, get a full mashed potatoes with your steak. Something different. You don't have to be frivolous in your spending, especially when you're trying to manifest for wealth. No, you don't have to do that. But you do have to take wealth-aligned actions. And you do have to think of coming from a place of abundance, that there's always more. That there's always more, that money has to be circulated. And then you have to adopt a wealth identity. I'm the kind of person that money just, it's always with me. I'm the kind of person who invests in my mind so that I can get more that I want. This is part of it, okay? This is part of it. So your inner work, you've got to pay attention to the inside. We call that your feminine energy. Okay, if you're a man watching this, don't feel bad. It's not a bad thing. That just means it's your soul aligned work. It's the inside work. That's your feminine. Your masculine is all the doing. I've got to do this. I've got to fix this. I've got to go here. I've got to take charge. And we need to find a perfect blend for you so that you can get what you want. Okay? So this last activity that we're going to do before we close for the day, it's just a little micro identity shift, okay? It's just a micro identity shift. And so the goal is to send quick behavioral proof to your nervous system. I want you to feel good in your body. Quick behavioral proof to your nervous system. So for the next hour, after we're done this call, okay, I want you to pick one tiny behavior that your manifested self would do. So your manifested self is the person who's achieved the thing. This is from the place of I've achieved the thing. So pick one tiny behavior that your manifested self would do and do it immediately. Don't hesitate. Don't put it off. Don't say I'll do it tomorrow. Don't say, you know what, this was good and it feels good in the moment, but now I've got other things going on and somebody else needs my attention. Do it immediately. It could be answering an email that you've been avoiding, or a voicemail that you've been avoiding, or a text message that you've been avoiding. It could be putting $5 in the savings jar if you want to save more money. It could be, hell, take the food out of the freezer so you can make dinner. What are you waiting for? Do it immediately. Do it immediately. It could be saying yes to an opportunity. It could be finally going to sign up for that course. Go do it right now, within the hour. What are you waiting for? Go do that. Spend 10 focused minutes on a high value task or a really important task. This is a micro identity shift. You're doing little things that based on the person that you need to be to have the thing that you want. So your manifested self, this is you at the end. This is you living from the end now, behaving the way you behave as the person who has it. Not behaving as you now. Not behaving as you before this live event. Now that you have it, what do you do differently? Because you're going to be doing a lot of things differently, but this is just one micro shift, a micro identity shift, something really simple. I want you to do that, okay? If it moves you, I would highly recommend that after you've done your shift, come back to this live, come back to the chat and just write down what you did. Share what you did. Share what you did. I told you before, those who really are good at manifesting what they want, and those who, when I first got into this material, when my coach told me what to do, I did it. Go ahead and share it. This is housed in the private group, Money, Mindset, and Manifestation. It's just for us. Go and share it. Or if you want to share it on your feed, tag me. If you want to share it on the YouTube, tag me so I can see that you've done it. Something simple. What's the one thing that you did from your manifested self? You'll be so happy that you did. Something that you're putting off. One decision that's different. What would you do if you were 10 times bolder? And go do that. That's what you're going to do. Okay? And then share it. Go ahead and share it. So now, the homework has been posted. The homework has been posted under files in the Money, Mindset, and Manifestation group. If you're watching this in the Money, Mindset, and Manifestation group. Go to files and download today's PDF. It's a short workbook with some questions that's going to reinforce what we learned today. You're going to do that reframing of your limiting beliefs. Remember, I talked to you about that. There's some identity work. There's some of your North Star work, the thing that you want the most. And then continue writing down what you would love. Go share that in the group as well. What is something that you would love to have? What's something that you would love to be, do, experience, a place that you'd love to go? When I was manifesting for a trip, I had never been to Europe. I was like, oh, I want to go to Europe. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to Europe. And then my sister was like, hey, you want to go on a trip? And I was like, yeah, let's go. We ended up in Italy and Greece. I saw myself in Italy and Greece. I started trying to remember the Italian that I learned in elementary school. But all I can do is cuss and pray. Two different ends of the spectrum. However, manifested that. I have a really great business. I manifested that. But I became the person who was a great business owner, a great academy owner, a teacher. And I never wanted to be a teacher in my life. I can tell you about that tomorrow. Ever in my life. So you can have whatever it is that you want, but you've got to take action from that place and you've got to identify as that person. So who is it that you need to be to have what you want to have? And then what beliefs do you have from that place? And then what actions will you take now that you have this belief from this place? Okay? Tomorrow we'll be back here for day 2. We're going to be back at 12 o'clock Eastern time, again until 1:30, so it's an hour and a half. And then we're going to be talking about the final parts of manifestation. So today was the inner work. Tomorrow is the outer work. So we'll be focused on embodying, okay, embodiment, which is a huge part of manifesting. And I find that most people who teach this type of material, they forget about the embodiment process. They teach it as intellectual, something that you just intellectually know. They don't teach you how to live it and be it. We talked about being it a little bit today, okay? So we're going to do embodiment. We're going to talk about receiving it. So being a holder of the thing that you want, making sure that you have the capacity to receive it, okay? So that it feels safe in your nervous system, within your nervous system. We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about taking inspired action. So you're not just doing shit. You're taking inspired action. You're taking action that benefits the outcome. You're investing a little bit of time into getting what it is that you want. If you feel that you are worth that, then you will do what needs to be done. And I believe that you're worth that. I do. I do. So, and then tomorrow I'm going to give you some insight into the Breakthrough Academy and the programs that we have, and why you should be working with me. Because aside from the fact that I'm absolutely a dope person, like I'm amazing, I'm very good at helping you get what you want. Like I said before, Bob taught us, tell me what you want and I will help you get it. And I've adopted the same thing. Tell me what you want and I will help you get it. I'll even share some more of my client wins, and so that you can see what's possible for you as well. Because you deserve to have it all. So with that, we are done day 1. I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you got something out of this today. Something out of this today. And I believe that you did, because you were led here. You were led here for a reason. You want something different, and you're going to get that something different. And I'm so excited for you. So if you already know that you want to work with me, you can go ahead and just send me a message, or you can book a one-on-one. Book a one-on-one with me. Let me see if I can put that in the chat. Book a one-on-one with me right away. It's a free call, and we can discuss your goals, and we can discuss what it is that you desire for yourself, and we can talk about which program is actually best for you. So I'm gonna just put that there. Okay, it is in the chat. It's in the chat. The homework is also in the files. If you have a hard time finding it, please just put something in the chat and say, can you show me? Okay? So with that said, everyone, thank you for being on today. I will see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern time, whatever time that is for you. I know I have friends on here watching from South Africa. I believe that's a 6-hour difference. So I will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. then. Okay? Have a wonderful rest of the day. I will talk to you soon.